Billboard in front of a Jackson business, while the manager is mad at the sign's owner.
Good Tuesday evening. It's a warm day around the region. We're seeing a mixture of sun and clouds. See the high clouds here from our South Jackson sky cam. But these clouds will be moving out, and we're going to see mostly clear skies for tonight. That's going to set up the coolest night that we've seen since last May. I'll have those numbers coming up.
Okay, Nathan, live at 5. A Natchez mother is in jail accused of throwing her baby down some stairs. I'm Megan West.
Yeah, and I'm Tammy Eswick. Megan, that happened to a 23-month-old, and that child is on life support tonight. As 16 WAPT's Ross Adams reports, it will be a miracle if that little girl survives.
32-year-old Shalay Lewis told police her nearly 2-year-old daughter was injured after she fell down the stairs in their second-story apartment. But police don't buy that story.
She had a fractured skull. She had old injuries that had healed, like a fractured rib that had healed. Bruised liver and burns over her entire body.
Investigators say it will be a miracle if the little girl survives because of her severe injuries. Meantime, Lewis remains on $1 million bond in the city jail. Reporting from Natchez, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
Well, a manhunt tonight for a highway sniper that opened fire on a school bus. Police say they think someone stood on a bridge over Interstate 55 and took a shot at the Natchez football team bus. It happened while the team was heading home after their game against Provine High. Now, school leaders say no players were hit by the bullets, but shattered glass did cut several students inside. Police say there were no other reports of shots fired in that area Friday night. That's why police believe the bus may have been the intended target. Well, Megan, one man is furious today after someone dropped off a weird billboard in his front parking lot.
Oh, he was furious, Tammy. As 16 WAPT Scott Simmons reports, the police did show up on the scene. But when they did, they had a citation for the store manager.
It was a bit of a surprise for the operator over here at Big Boys Toys when somebody drove up and said he had a flat and could he leave his trailer in his parking lot next door. This trailer. It is a promotion for legalizing marijuana. And the business guy over here at Big Boys Toys didn't like it, that it was just dropped off at his lot. The owner of the trailer says he had a flat and he just needed to leave it for a while. But within 30 minutes of the sign being propped up, City of Jackson was here on site, writing the Big Boys Toys business a citation.
Don't look like he had a flat. I come out here and look, and I got this legalization for marijuana sign sitting in our parking lot beside our business, and it doesn't look too good. It's not something I'd really stand for, you know.
You feel like you were tricked?
Yes.
I noticed you left it strategically placed with traffic, so you didn't put it in the back of the building.
I don't know if that matters or not.
You wanted people to see your sign, didn't you?
Yes, I do want cannabis legal in the state of Mississippi. And I'm under the impression that you don't, that you have a biased outlook against it.
Not at all.
Big Boy Toys has a problem with it, I'm sorry. You know, people get flat tires. Yeah, I'll help him with his citation if that's what it takes.
The owner of the trailer says the trailer will be off this parking lot before the day is complete. The Big Boys Toys is still left dealing with that city citation. In Jackson, Scott Simmons, 16 WAPT News.
Well, Jackson fire investigators say a drug explosion outside a dentist's office was an accident. Take a look at this video from Dr. Anthony Newman's office near Veterans Memorial Stadium. You see the smoke coming from that vehicle. Well, Jackson fire officials say mechanical failure started the fire. The fire did damage part of the building, but good thing no one was hurt. Jackson police are investigating a bicyclist murder. It happened around 2:30 this morning on Alabama Avenue and West Capitol Street. JPD says someone shot 37-year-old Andre Williams while he rode his bicycle down the street.
We are not sure if there was an altercation with someone or what the alleged motive is in this incident at this time, but it is safe to say he was riding a bicycle. Again, we're in the initial stages right now. We're still in the fact-gathering phase.
About this murder, call Crime Stoppers. A judge sent a 70-year-old to prison for 5 years for trading child pornography. A judge sentenced David Nelson to 40 years in prison for exploitation of a child, but then suspended 35 years of that sentence. Investigators arrested him in February at his home in Ridgeland. Investigators say Nelson was trading that child pornography online. A crackdown on underage drinking landed a club manager and security guard in jail. Agents with the State Alcohol Beverage Control Division arrested Robert Staples and Joshua Spann Saturday night. They worked at Club Eclipse on West Street in Jackson. Agents charged Staples with failure to properly supervise minors and Spann with contributing to the delinquency of a minor. They also arrested 19-year-old Audrey Allen and 18-year-old Andrew Smith on underage drinking charges. A Jackson rapper is in the middle of a lawsuit, Tammy.
That's right. TMZ says a judge has now awarded David Banner $160,000 in this case. You see, David Banner says Lil Wayne's record label, Young Money Records, owed him for 3 songs he produced. According to the Entertainment News website, a judge awarded Banner a default judgment after Young Money didn't respond to the lawsuit. Well, a big rig carrying surfboards wiped out on Interstate 20 this morning. That crash caused a backup on the interstate. Brandon police say they had to shut down one lane for several hours while they sorted everything out. The driver of the 18-wheeler says someone cut him off, causing him to crash. No one was hurt in this accident. Well, Richmond police say they're looking for a bank robbery suspect. Check this guy out. He's wearing sunglasses and a straw hat. The robbery happened on September 8th at Origin Bank on Lake Harbor Drive. Police say that man in that hat showed the teller a gun and demanded cash. They say he left in a bright blue Nissan Versa note. If you recognize this man, call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. Well, Megan, the internet is full of memes after last night's debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Oh, plenty of fodder for Facebook and Twitter last night, Tammy. No surprise, it's still trending. And today, both presidential hopefuls are claiming victory in the debate, getting back on the road. 16 WAPT's Aixa Diaz is in our Washington bureau. Aixa, how did the candidates spend the day today?
Well, Megan, today the candidates are back campaigning in battleground states after sharing the debate stage last night.
Did anybody see that debate last night? 1 down, 2 to go.
Hillary Clinton held a rally in North Carolina after facing off with Donald Trump during their first of 3 debates.
The winner of the debate is whoever surges ahead in the polls over the next couple of days. It's too early to have an assessment of who won.
It was an interesting evening, certainly.
Trump, who took part in a Hispanic town hall in Miami, says he enjoyed the debate, but on Fox News Channel complained about his microphone last night, prompting a response from Clinton.
I don't want to believe in conspiracy theories, of course, but it was much lower than hers, and it was crackling.
Anybody who complains about the microphone is not having a good night.
Fact checkers at PolitiFact say while the candidates' statements during the debate were largely accurate, Clinton understated her position on trade deals and falsely claimed Trump has paid nothing in federal taxes. Trump repeated that he opposed the Iraq war and that Clinton's campaign started the birther movement, both false.
There are people in the middle who they don't like either of them, but they're trying to justify, can I really bring myself to vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump?
And both Clinton and Trump will be back on a stage in St. Louis this time, coming up in less than 2 weeks for their second debate. Megan?
Well, now, so we expected this to happen. It seems like last night's debate did make television history.
That's right. So the most televised, most watched televised presidential debate ever. So it broke a record according to the Nielsen Media Company. They're still tabulating the numbers, but preliminary numbers show more than 81 million people watched last night. The second most watched presidential debate happened 36 years ago. That was more than 80 million people watching the Reagan-Carter debate.
Big numbers. Aixa Diaz live in our Washington newsroom for us. Aixa, thank you. And tomorrow, Donald Trump travels to Wisconsin while Hillary Clinton heads to New Hampshire with Bernie Sanders. In our non-scientific Instapoll 16, we asked who you think won that first presidential debate, and it hasn't changed much over the past 24 hours. Still, 68% of you say you believe Donald Trump won the debate. Not too late to vote, though. You can do that using the 16 WAPT News mobile app or on Facebook and Twitter. 4 more days. If Democrats and Republicans do not reach a compromise, the government will run out of money and shut down. The fight now is over what is in the budget. The GOP funding bill provides help for flood victims in Louisiana, addresses the opioid epidemic, and fights the Zika virus. Democrats say it should also include money for the water crisis in Flint, Michigan.
Can it really be that Democratic leaders have embraced dysfunction so thoroughly that they tack a non-controversial 10-week funding bill over what exactly?
They'll be dealing with harmful consequences for the rest of their lives. This is no joke. What are we supposed to be doing up here if it isn't to protect the most vulnerable people, our kids?
A stopgap failed in the Senate this afternoon. That measure would have funded the government through December 9th. A Brandon doctor is facing drug charges tonight. Investigators say Dr. Stephen Tigner abused his privileges to write prescriptions to traffic and sell drugs. He's charged with 2 counts of trafficking a controlled substance. He was a doctor at Merit Health in Rankin County. He's out of jail on a $100,000 bond tonight. Investigators also arrested his girlfriend you see here, Lindsay Peacock. She is charged with conspiracy. Brandon police say more arrests and more charges are likely coming in this case. Well, here's a great way to start the day, Tammy. A cash surprise for some teachers this morning.
Yeah, that's right. The Junior League gave them a $10,000 grant. Now, this is part of a mini grant program. The school plans to use the money to help teach students about eating right and experiencing different types of food through their culinary arts program.
It will be an opportunity for our students to go out to local restaurants and experience different types of food. We have a local garden here at the school that the students will have an opportunity to also grow their own vegetables.
Making me hungry. Well, the Junior League and Community Foundation awarded more than $10,000 to local JPS schools. Well, 2 organizations are working together to encourage more people to get flu shots. 16 WAPT's Ann Parker spoke to those organizations, but we do want to warn you that if you don't like needles, this story might make you a little uncomfortable.
A flu shot campaign to help fight hunger.
Did it hurt? No, it didn't hurt at all.
This year, for every flu shot given at a Kroger pharmacy,
All right, just a little stick.
they're donating a meal to Feeding America.
We try to provide more for Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is coming up. So this is at a great time for us.
Mississippi Food Network is one of the food banks that'll benefit from this campaign.
We have some 600,000 people in the state of Mississippi who are hungry and or food insecure, and statistically, that's the largest percentage in the United States of America.
It feels really good to know that some child or some senior or some family will have a meal that I just provided, and it didn't even hurt.
The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older get a flu shot by the end of October.
The flu shot is a way that you can be proactive about your health care and prevent a disease that can potentially cause so much more than just the flu.
We're really excited to feed as many people as we can and give as many flu shots as we can.
Anytime we can get additional food to help feed our neighbors in need, we're grateful for it, and we're grateful to Kroger for that opportunity.
In Jackson, Ann Parker 16, WAPT News.
And this campaign will last throughout April. Well, Megan, the National Weather Service in Jackson has a new head honcho.
Yeah.